Rogers Place with the series tied at 2 in the Stanley Cup Final. It's the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers squaring off again in what has been one of the most entertaining final series in late. We are underway. Sit back and enjoy this one from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. Forsling brings it in initially for Florida. Box it out to Barkov. Now back up top to Connor Verhaeghe. Into the slot. Ekblad, a shot off a body and stopped by Stuart Skinner to stop play here early. Florida with the first shot on goal here tonight. After a very entertaining game number 4, the Panthers were up 3-0 early in that one. Oilers came back to score 4 straight goals to take the lead. Florida tied it with 19 seconds left, and then the Oilers won it in overtime. There's a good stop by Skinner as it goes back behind the net. Verhaeghe out in front. Taken away by Evan Bouchard in the slot, and here comes Edmonton back the other way for the first time. Centering pass, and what a stop! Out in front comes to the near side. McDavid back up to the point. Ekholm lets it fly, and it's stopped by Sergei Bobrovsky. And Florida will bring it out. Here's Reinhart across the red line. Markov pestered as he gets it in down low. Skinner finds the puck, and he'll stop play with just under 2 minutes gone by in this opening period of play. Edmonton wins the draw, and they get it out to neutralize. Podkolzin disrupted as he tried to get it in. Intercepted by Sam Bennett. Here he comes up ahead. Bennett with a good cutoff from behind. Leon Draisaitl takes it away. And now up ahead, Victor Arvidsson brings it up for Edmonton. Drops it up to the other side, and Woolman, a shot stopped by Bobrovsky. 3 shots on goal early for Edmonton, 2 for Florida. And we'll get a face-off in the Panthers' end. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. On the point, it's Woolman. Off a body in front, tipped around. It's still loose in the slot. Couldn't get it past Bobrovsky. Podkolzin inside, downstairs, score! Leon Draisaitl puts it in. The guy who won the game for Edmonton in overtime the other night. And he starts the scoring here in game number 5. Edmonton off to an early start. It's 1-0 Oilers. Power play is coming up here for Florida. Early penalty off the draw. Leon Draisaitl, who just scored the goal moments ago, gets called for what I believe is going to be a cross-check. They're going to call him for interference off the draw. So Leon Draisaitl gave the Oilers a 1-0 lead moments ago. And now he ends up in the penalty box here, serving a 2-minute minor for interference. So now Florida with a chance to even this score up here. Early power play, not even 3 minutes in for Florida. And the Oilers will win the initial draw and flip it up and out of the zone. Here comes Brown, up ahead shorthanded. Centers himself to the inside, drops it off a backhand and try, gets disrupted out in front. And Ekblad will start the charge here for Florida. Ekblad drops it off for Evan Rodriguez. That one goes wide. Goes to the far side. Rodriguez inside. Lundell kicked away by Skinner. Goes back up to the point. Downstairs, Lundell on the goal line. Goes wide of the net. Back in the trapezoid. Lundell back up top. Luosterainen to Ekblad. A shot. Score! It's a power play goal for Florida. And just like that, this game is tied. Quick response by the Panthers on the penalty, a power play goal for the Panthers, and they tied this game at 1 apiece. And game 5 already starting with some fireworks after this entire series has been fireworks all the way through. Victor Arvidsson brings it in for Edmonton, a shot kicked aside by Bobrovsky. Panthers trying to get it out of their zone as Greer has to backtrack. Now they finally get it out. Nosek taken away at the red line by Dylan Nurse. Bud Colson brings it in for Edmonton. Taken off his stick by Schmidt. Here comes Sturm back the other way for Florida. Sturm disrupted and neutralized by Leon Draisaitl. Just served the penalty and also just scored the goal for Edmonton. Victor Arvidsson has it float to the far half wall. Centers himself to the inside. A shot denied by Bobrovsky. 14:59 to go in the opening period. Tied at 1 here in Edmonton. Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final with the series tied at 2 apiece. Reinhart gains possession for Florida. Verhaeghe will bring it out for the Panthers. Verhaeghe centers it, and it floats to the far half wall. Barkov battles there with Dylan Nurse as it floats back behind the net. Verhaeghe out in front, denied by Skinner. And he stops play with 14:28 to go in the opening period. Still tied at 1. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. As they backtrack in their own end. Goes back behind the net. Kampanen gets there to avoid the turnover, and now the Oilers will clear the zone. Perry keeps it alive at the blue line, brings it in and fires a shot saved by Bobrovsky as he gloves it down and stops play. 13:52 to go in the opening period of play. Florida wins the draw, brings it out. Here's Rodriguez. Brings it up ahead on the point. Taken off his stick by Ekholm. Santovic denied by Skinner. Kind of a deflecting puck at the top of the slot. And Skinner is able to hold his ground, and they stop play again. A lot of stoppages here as we approach the halfway point of this opening period of play. Ekholm gets crunched along the boards. Nugent Hopkins keeps it alive. And now feed it up to Zach Hyman. Hyman into the slot, taken away from behind, and here comes Florida back the other way. Ekblad takes a hit as he feeds it in. Evan Bouchard is there for Edmonton, and now Zach Hyman will bring it up. Potential numbers if they hurry. Connor McDavid downstairs, denied from behind by Forsling. He couldn't get a clean shot off, couldn't McDavid, and now here comes Forsling back the other way. Centering pass on the drop-off, Rodriguez off a body, and it goes to the far half wall. Loose puck out in front, controlled by Connor McDavid, and now here comes Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 2-on-1 in favor of Florida. Nugent-Hopkins fires a shot, kicked aside by Bobrovsky, and Florida gains possession in their own end. Now a turnover, out in front, denied by Bobrovsky. And it goes to the far half wall where they battle for it in the corner. Penalty called on Edmonton, and Florida's going to have another power play. It's a slash on Connor Brown. Connor Brown, 2-minute minor for slashing in the second early power play here for Florida. They scored on their first one, and now a chance to take the lead. Face off in the Edmonton end. Power play here for the Panthers. Oilers will clear the zone. Didn't get very far down now. It gets deflected all the way back down. 11 shots on goal for Edmonton, 8 for Florida. They have a power play goal already. Now looking to get 2. Here's Perry shorthanded, whipped on the shot attempt, taken away from behind by Jones as it floats out to neutral ice. Kulak gains control here for Edmonton as he sends it in down the length of the ice. Now Bennett will start the break-in power play here for the Panthers. Taken away by Nurse for a moment. Bennett keeps it alive. Barkov on the point. Into the slot. Bennett off a body in front. Floats to the far side. Back up to the point. Jones pestered. Keeps it in. Bennett on the near side. Now Barkov. A shot. Blockered away by Skinner. Goes back behind the net. Edmonton gains control for a moment as he loses it along the backside of the goal. And now they clear the zone for Edmonton. And they feed it in deep. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Both teams change as they battle for it behind the Panthers' net. Evan Rodriguez on the near side. Takes a big hit. Lundell keeps it alive. Fires a shot. Goes wide. And Luosterainen gets it along the half wall before he turns it over to Ekholm. But he can't get it out. Luosterainen back up to the point. Battle for it on the wing. Now into the far half wall. Santovic Lundell out in front, Luosterainen, a shot denied, rebound goes wide, and it comes to the near side. Power play is over. Edmonton back to full strength as they kill off the penalty. And now they try to get it out of the zone, and they will. Here's that call. Good defense on that power play for Edmonton. That might be a penalty, and it is. And now a power play will go the other way. Ekblad gets called for, it's Luosterainen who gets called for the cross check. My voice is real, but the game is not. So a cross-checking penalty on Luosterainen, and now Edmonton will have a power play, their first of the game. Tied at 1, 9:07 to go in the opening period. Face-off controlled by Florida. Can't get it out, they turn it over. Battle for it along the wall, kicks back behind the net. Connor McDavid pestering in the offensive zone. Turnover. Hyman feeds it back up to the point. Bouchard to the other side, and Nugent Hopkins. Down low, Zach Hyman along the goal line, poked away by Bobrovsky. Hyman keeps it alive. Outside, Bouchard goes wide of the net. Battle for it behind the net. Power play continues. Hyman goes up the side of the net, right to Leon Draisaitl, and it goes off of Bobrovsky and out. Here comes Florida back the other way, shorthanded. Bouchard takes it away before they can set up something on the shorthanded possession. Here comes Victor Arvidsson up ahead, 2-on-2. Connor Brown in the slot, fires a shot, saved by Bobrovsky. And they stop play with 53 seconds to go on the power play, 8 minutes to go in the opening period. Face off in the Florida ends. Not very cleanly won by Edmonton, but they have to reset as it goes across the blue line. Back in is Victor Arvidsson. Centering pass, Brown goes wide off the blocker of Bobrovsky. Battle for it along the half wall, and Ekblad will clear the zone for Florida. 25 seconds to go on the power play here for Edmonton. Arvidsson stays on sides, brings it in and fires a shot, and that's gloved down by Bobrovsky. 16 seconds to go on the man advantage. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. Bouchard off a body in front. And it comes out. Florida will clear the zone, and they're going to kill this penalty as well. Bouchard takes it away. But time has run out on the penalty here for Edmonton. Back to full strength, the Panthers. Connor McDavid brings it up, working with Draisaitl. McDavid, what a goal! Connor McDavid sets it up, and Leon Draisaitl gives Edmonton a 2-1 lead. What a pass by Connor McDavid! A behind-the-back pass off the deflection by Connor McDavid. Leon Draisaitl scores his second of the game, and Edmonton takes a 2-1 lead. And that was all set up by McDavid there. Perry able to stay on sides, but then he turns it over to Luosterainen, and now Nurse takes it away in center. Wallman feeds it in around the boards. Just under 6.5 to go, opening period. 2-1, Edmonton has the lead. Leon Draisaitl has both of the Edmonton goals. Big hit behind the Edmonton net, and the Oilers gain control. Jones stays on sides, poked away. Perry keeps it alive, and then he turns it over to Jones again in the slot. As the Panthers work it in their own end, trying to get it out, and they will. Here's Lundell. He loses it. Nearly turned it over. That would have been a breakaway. Battle for it in neutral ice, controlled by the Panthers. Noquist has it taken off his stick by Nurse. Lundell brings it back in. Luosterainen, a shot kicked away by Skinner, and he stops play. Just over 5 minutes to go in the opening period. 2-1, Edmonton has the lead. 17 shots on goal for the Oilers, 11 for Florida. Leon Draisaitl has scored the latest 3 Edmonton goals going back to his game winner in overtime of game number 4. Podkolzin brings it in, fires a shot, saved by Bobrovsky, goes back behind the net, and he turns it over to Rodriguez. Along the near boards, fed in here for Florida. Emberson wins the race for the puck for Edmonton in their own end. Here's Victor Arvidsson. Cross-ice pad, Podkolzin drops it off. Draisaitl intercepted by Bennett on the inside. And now the Panthers look to get it out, but they can't. Arvidsson drops it off, tipped around, floats towards the net. And Florida gains control. 3.5 to go in the opening period. 2-1 Edmonton. Connor Brown turns out a breakaway. Caught in a change is Florida. Brown, a shot denied by Bobrovsky. The rebound stopped again by Sergei Bobrovsky. 3:13 to go in the opening period. 2-1 Edmonton. Face-off coming here in the Florida end. 3:13 to go in the opening period. Face-off controlled by Florida. And Greer will feed it in. Big hit delivered behind the play. Evan Bouchard feeds it to Connor Brown, who loses it on the near side. Forsling will bring it up for Florida. Greer now pestered at the point. Bouchard turns back the other way for Edmonton. Bouchard works it down low. Centering pass. Henrique's shot denied. Rebound goes wide. And Greer gains control for Florida. 2 minutes to go in the opening period. Couldn't get a clean shot off in the slot. Poke to the near side. Nosek back behind the net. Intercepted by Janmark. Janmark pestered in the trapezoid. And they get it out. Here's Connor McDavid working with Zach Hyman. Hyman pestered. Tried to get it to McDavid. It floats to Bobrovsky. Just over a minute to go in the opening period. Edmonton leads by 1. Verhaeghe pestered on the inside. Verhaeghe is shot. Gloved down by Skinner. The rebound goes to Edmonton. Under a minute to go in the period. Zach Hyman brings it up for the Oilers. Fires a shot. Gloved down by Bobrovsky. A lot of action on both ends of the ice in this opening period, as we have 46 seconds left. Face-off controlled by Florida in their own end. He turns it over. Nugent Hopkins denied by Bobrovsky. Good recovery there by Florida, and they able to gain possession as we're under half a minute to go in the opening period. Jones tried to center it, disrupted by Hyman. Mikkola now has it, fires a shot, tipped up in the air with 7 seconds left. The Oilers gain control. Hyman up ahead quickly, trying to get a final shot off. He fires, glove down by Bobrovsky with under a second to go. It will have a face-off for a formality, and then we'll head to the first intermission here in Edmonton. The face-off won by Florida, and that'll do it for the opening period. What an opening period. Very entertaining on both ends of the ice. Edmonton with a 2-1 lead here at home in game number 5, courtesy of 2 Leon Draisaitl goals, and one of them set up by a beautiful assist by Connor McDavid. It's the start of the second period here in Edmonton. The Oilers with the 2-1 lead here in game number 5. Leon Draisaitl with 2 goals for the Oilers here at home. Series tied at 2 apiece. Second period underway with Edmonton winning the initial draw. Centering to McDavid. Downstairs, what a stop by Bobrovsky. Right on the doorstep right away, Edmonton. As they keep it in, Hyman drops it off. Bouchard downstairs, McDavid back in and tried denied by Bobrovsky. And now the Panthers finally get it out. Good start there for Edmonton. Right away to start this second period. Right back in, here's Hyman. Hyman centering pass, Bouchard, a shot goes wide of the net. The rebound controlled by Forsling, pestered by McDavid. Now Verhaeghe takes a hit by Connor McDavid. And they get it out of the zone, the Panthers do. Here's Reinhart, intercepted in center by Hyman again. Hyman feeds it in, he turns it over to Forsling. And here comes Florida. Into the zone, Reinhart right down the lane, off the goalpost, it deflects. And Connor McDavid recovers the rebound. Hyman brings it up, 3-on-2, Ekholm a shot. Off the shoulder of Bobrovsky, floats towards the net, right through the blue paint, and away to the far side. Rodriguez brings it into the zone for the Panthers. Trying to get it into the inside off a body in front, deflects to the far half wall. Sam Bennett floats it to Jones. Jones to the point, one-timer by Mikkola, denied out in front. And the Panthers get it out, watch out, Leon Draisaitl. Centering pass, intercepted by Jones as he tried to feed it up ahead to Victor Arvidsson. Barkov stays on sides, brings it up for the Panthers, pestered to the far half wall. Rodriguez now back behind the net into the corner. Battle for it along the wall, Leon Draisaitl gains control here for Edmonton. Podkolzin to Arvidsson, into the slot, score! Victor Arvidsson fires a dart, and Edmonton takes a 3-1 lead in game number 5. Three-on-two magic for the Oilers. They started the second period with an extra kick in their step. And the Edmonton Oilers have a 2-goal lead here in game number 5. $13:25 the time on goal. And it's 3-1 Edmonton. And they bring it right back in before they turn it over at the point to Janmark. And now up ahead, Luosterainen trying to respond, and it's knocked away by Skinner. Luosterainen keeps it alive. Downstairs, Lundell. What a stop. The rebound goes wide of the net. Skinner is down on his side and now finally gets back up. Schmidt back up to the point. Luosterainen. Kulikov downstairs. Disrupted on the inside. It's loose. Off of Skinner. Still loose on the goal line. And now Henrique will get it out. Janmark brings it up for Edmonton. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Janmark, a shot. Tipped around. The rebound controlled by Bobrovsky. A lot of action happening on both ends of the ice here. Early second period, Edmonton leads 3-1. And the series tied at 2 here in game number 5. Schmidt nearly turned it over in a dangerous spot, but they get it out of the zone. Greer brings it up ahead for Florida. He's pestered as it comes to the near half wall. Back up to the point. Now inside Nosek. Dangles. Fires a shot off a body in front. Back up to the point. Mikkola lets it fly off a body. The rebound off another body in front. Good defense there by Edmonton. And they get it out of the zone. Perry fires, save Bobrovsky, and he stops play. Face off in the Florida end. Controlled by Florida, and they'll get it out of the zone, and Nosek will bring it up. And he feeds it in along the boards. Ekholm gains control there for Edmonton. And they'll get it out of the zone here with Jones, now up ahead to Perry. Perry dangles, drops it off Kapanen. Off a body in front, Jones takes it away from behind. And Florida will start back the other way. Mikkola dangles, drops it off. One-timer off a body. The rebound goes wide. Might have gotten a piece of Skinner, or it might have hit a body in front. Ekholm gains control behind the net. And Perry will bring it back up for Edmonton. Here's Connor McDavid. Drops it off to Nugent Hopkins, who turns it over to Mikkola. Mikkola dangles, waits for help. Ekholm disrupts him on the right dot. And McDavid takes it away here for Edmonton. Nugent Hopkins takes a hit. McDavid gets it out of the zone. Ekholm feeds it in. Allows for a change. Just over 12 minutes to go. Second period. 3-1 Edmonton with a 2-goal lead. Mikkola will bring it up here for Florida. Drops it off, disrupted by Nugent Hopkins. Battle for it on the right dot. Rodriguez gets free. Rodriguez stopped by Skinner. And he stops play. 11:45 to go in the second. And Edmonton with a 3-1 lead. Florida trying to get back in. Face-off controlled by Edmonton in their own end. Nurse disrupted by Barkov. Battle for it along the near half wall. Barkov escapes. They turn it over. Kept in on the point. Off a body in front. Wallman back behind the net. Skinner trying to find the puck, and he does. And he stops play with 11:15 to go in the second. Already 30 shots on goal for Edmonton, 19 for Florida. Just the 1 goal for the Panthers. Edmonton 3 goals, 2 of them from Leon Draisaitl, the other from Victor Arvidsson. Forsling off a body in front. Good block out up top by Victor Arvidsson. And here comes Leon Draisaitl back the other way as he dangles, as it has it poked to the far side. Draisaitl back behind the net. Along the boards, out in front, Podkolzin backs up to the point. Draisaitl back up top, Nurse. Arvidsson now circles. Podkolzin dangles, cut to get a shot off, and a good poke check there as he tried to get a shot off. Battle for it along the near boards. Ekblad escapes here for Florida. Penalty called. And it's going to be a penalty on Edmonton. Verhaeghe brings it in, fires a shot. Skinner saves, and the whistle blows. A penalty called on Edmonton, and Florida will have their 3rd power play of the game. It's Victor Arvidsson who gets called for the cross-check. So a 2-minute minor for Victor Arvidsson, a power play here for Florida, trying to get back within 1 here. At the halfway point of this second period, 3-1 Edmonton, power play Florida. And they win the draw, but it goes all the way back. Wendell will start the break in, and now Rodriguez. Rodriguez cut off at the point by Dylan Nurse. Battle for it, and Edmonton takes it away. They're going to bring it back short-handed for a moment. Now they feed it in. Jones off the near boards to Schmidt. We'll bring it up for the Panthers. Schmidt taken away in the slot by Emberson, and he will clear the zone. Big hit delivered at the red line. And Florida feeds it in the other way. Already half the penalty killed off by Edmonton. No shots on goal as of yet. Schmidt into the slot, pestered again. And Edmonton takes it away again. Janmark back the other way, short-handed for the Oilers. Now Nugent Hopkins with it. Pestered in the slot, fires a shot, saved by Bobrovsky. And he stops play. 43 seconds to go on the power play. And the only shot on goal so far has been Edmonton short-handed. Good stop there by Bobrovsky on the short-handed try by Edmonton. 43 seconds to go on the Arvidsson minor. Perry, a shot deflected, and Bobrovsky finds it and stops play again. So Edmonton on the attack here, short-handed. Panthers have yet to have a shot on goal on this penalty. And there's only 36 seconds to go. Face-off again coming in the Panthers' end, this time controlled by Florida. And they'll get it out. Here's Sam Bennett. Bennett looking for a center, drops it off to no man's land. Edmonton takes it away again, and Perry sends it down the length of the ice. Rear pestered from behind, but keeps it alive for Florida. 10 seconds to go on the penalty, as Bennett will bring it in. One final chance. Bennett, a shot goes wide of the net. Emberson gains control for Edmonton, and he feeds it up. Back to full strength as Arvidsson exits the penalty box. Reinhart now with it for Florida. Bennett now in the slot. Bennett has it taken away by Perry. Loose puck controlled by Edmonton, and they'll get it out. Connor McDavid Skates around one man. McDavid centers, drops it up. Hyman denied by Bobrovsky. 7:24 to go in the second period. Edmonton kills off the Florida penalty, and they maintain a 2-goal lead. 1 goal in this period combined. It came from Edmonton's Victor Arvidsson early in the second period. Verhaeghe brings it up, dangles and fires off the blocker of Skinner. Goes to the far half wall. Verhaeghe keeps it alive, back to the point. Verhaeghe lets it fly, tipped around and goes wide off of Skinner. Nugent Hopkins brings it up here for Edmonton. Both teams change. Intercepted beautifully from behind by Reinhart as it floats all the way back. Sturm back behind the net. Floats to the near half wall. Edmonton gains control. Zach Hyman dangles, fires, penalty. Stopped by Bobrovsky, but a tripping call on Gustav Forsling. And now Edmonton's going to go to the power play for their second of the game. And this crowd is ready to come to life here in Edmonton. .607 to go in the second. Power play for Edmonton, looking to add on to their 2-goal lead. Face-off control by the Oilers. Ekholm. Now Brown circles outside. Nurse fires a shot, saved by Bobrovsky. And he stops play with 1:50 to go on the power play. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the second. And this crowd is alive and well here at Rogers Place. Henrique will face off against Nosek. And the Panthers win the draw this time as they will look to exit the zone, and they will. Greer pestered, is going to bring it in short-handed and now feed it in deep. Nosek wins the race for the puck. Panthers working short-handed here. Kulikov inside, one-timer goes wide of the net. And the rebound controlled by Victor Arvidsson, who has a goal in the second period. Henrique will bring it up. Goes back behind the net. It goes all the way through, and Nosek is there for Florida. And he'll bring it out here for the Panthers as he feeds it in deep. Bouchard gets there first here for Edmonton. 1 minute to go on the penalty here for the Oilers. Cross-ice pass, Leon Draisaitl. McDavid now into the slot. Drops it off Hyman. Whiffed on the shot attempt initially, and then that one goes off Bobrovsky and wide. Back up to the point, Bouchard. Long shot off the goalpost. My goodness, it might have got tipped out in front, and it was inches away from giving Edmonton a 3-goal lead. 25 seconds to go on the penalty. Nugent Hopkins gets upended as he turns it over to Kulikov. Battle for it along the near boards. Panthers trying to waste some time on this penalty. Oilers keep it in. Draisaitl floats it as Bobrovsky serves it to the near side. McDavid back behind the net. Takes it in. Poked away by Bobrovsky as the penalty expires. Back to full strength Florida. Hyman denied by Bobrovsky. Good try there for Edmonton. A couple of good tries there, and Bobrovsky holds his ground. Pestered out to neutral ice. Watch out here. Henrique turns back for Edmonton. Henrique looking for the center. Back behind the net. Gets crushed along the boards. Leon Draisaitl trying to serve it out in front. Denied by Bobrovsky. Goes to the far half wall. Kept in on the point by Jones. Kyle Portal on the boards. And it floats all the way out. Florida wins for the race for the puck. Verhaeghe back behind. Now back up to the point. Jones now Boquist. Downstairs Ekblad. Score! A downstairs strike for Aaron Ekblad, and the Panthers are back within one. It's 3-2, and that quiets this crowd here at Rogers Place. Serves that one past Skinner. And the Panthers are back within one, and we are set up for another great game here in this series. Two and a half to go here in the second, 3-2. Edmonton's lead is shrunk down to 1. Ekblad turns it over to Arvidsson in center. Podkolzin brings it up. Podkolzin inside, Draisaitl a shot, couldn't get a clean one off. Comes to the near half wall. Draisaitl back over the point. Nurse lets it fly. Tipped around. And it comes to the near side. Coulson back behind the net. Tried a short-sided backhanded try there. No siree. Here comes Florida back the other way. Here's Forsling. Forsling floats it towards Skinner. The rebound goes off of Boquist's stick, and Edmonton gains control. Jones brings it up. Jones with numbers if they hurry. Couldn't get a clean shot up, and it goes to the far side. Boquist centers to Lundell. Lundell loses it in the slot, and Edmonton turns back as we're under a minute to go in the period. Kampanen stays on sides, turns it over to Boquist. And Mikkola sends it up. Sam Bennett, pestered at the point, turns it over to Kulak. Battle for it along the near half wall. Out in front, what a stop by Skinner! And it goes to the far side. 13 seconds to go in the period. Big hit delivered. Final seconds wind down in the period. Battle for it along the boards. Panthers escape. Bennett scores! In the final seconds of the period, Sam Bennett puts it in, and we're tied at 3. Something about last-second shots in this series have these guys fired up. And we get another one here, this time to close out the second period, and the Panthers have tied us at 3 going to the third period. .2 to go, tied at 3. And Game 5 is another barn burner. We head to the second intermission. 2 late goals in the second period for Florida have tied us up. 3-3 as we head to the third and final period. We welcome you to the third and final period here in Edmonton. We're tied at 3, game number 5, series tied at 2 apiece. Which team will come through here in the final 20 to have the advantage in game 6 back in Florida? Ekblad takes it away as Edmonton tried to bring it back in, and here comes the Panthers back the other way. Forsling. Downstairs to Reinhardt, a shot. Knocked away in the slot. Connor McDavid turns back for Edmonton, back the other way. McDavid trying to float it too many times, and Ekblad takes it off his stick. Reinhardt turns it over to the near side. Nugent Hopkins inside McDavid, drops it off Bouchard, a shot gloved down by Bobrovsky. Face-off controlled by Florida. Reinhardt brings it out of the zone here for the Panthers. Floats it back behind the net. Wallman is there first for Edmonton. Coulson all the way back down to Arvidsson, who has a goal tonight here for the Oilers. Barkov takes it off his stick, and here comes Florida. Now another turnover. Leon Draisaitl brings it in for the Oilers. Disrupted in the slot, and it floats to the far half wall. Draisaitl fires off of Bobrovsky's blocker. And out comes Florida. Rodriguez backtracks. Cross ice to Ekblad. Now here's Sam Bennett, who scored the goal to tie the game in the final seconds of the period. In the second, Rodriguez goes wide of the net. And it goes back behind. Here's Podkolzin. Up ahead, Darnell Nurse. Arvidsson takes a hit at the point. Jones to Rodriguez. Brings it up for the Panthers. Rodriguez looking for the center. As it goes all the way through. Luosterainen back behind the net. Enriquez there for Edmonton. And now Wallman. Wallman brings it up, cross-ice pass to Janmark as it floats through the back of the net. And Florida's able to get it out. Here's Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Luosterainen into the slot. Downstairs, kicked away by Skinner. Back up to the point, Mikkola. Now on the wing, Bennett back up top to Jones. Mikkola couldn't get a clean shot out taken away. They turn it over again. Bennett into the slot, fires, save. And the rebound by Janmark for Edmonton, and they'll get it out of the zone. Here's Connor Brown. Disrupted by Mikkola at the point. Greer takes a hit off the bench. Battle for it along the far half wall. Brown escapes, couldn't get a clean one off, and turns it over to Greer. Sam Bennett now here for Florida. Greer fires, saves, Skinner, rebound. Disrupted by Skinner again. And the Oilers get it out of the zone. Panthers have to tag back up. Nosek will bring it in for the Panthers. Centering pass, drops it off for Schmidt. Fires one off a body in front. Bennett keeps it alive for the Panthers. On the point, Kulikov tipped around and controlled by Edmonton. And Jones will feed it in. Kulikov gets there first for Florida. And they'll get it out of their zone quickly. Ekholm takes it away at the red line. Zach Hyman, now Connor McDavid. Downstairs, Nugent Hopkins, disrupted by Bobrovsky. Goes to the far side. Kulikov takes it away here for Florida as they work it back behind their own net. McDavid gains control. Back up to the point. Bouchard lets it fly. The rebound. Bobrovsky trying to find it, and he does. 13:07 to go in the third. Dangerous territory there for the Panthers and Bobrovsky. As we near the 7-minute mark gone by here in the third, tied at 3. Connor Verhaeghe brings it up for the Panthers. Verhaeghe taken off his stick by Evan Bouchard. Ekholm up ahead to Nugent Hopkins, who will start the break in here for the Oilers. Pestered along the wall. Tried to escape there, but Barkov does a good job defensively to take it away. Here's Verhaeghe into the slot. Couldn't get a clean shot off as it goes back behind the net. Bouchard disrupted, but Ekholm's there for the loose change. And Zach Hyman will bring it up, takes a hit at the red line. Forsling takes it away for Florida. Back in, he takes it off his stick. Ekholm does. Back up top, Connor McDavid, who had a beauty of an assist earlier in this game. That was in the first period on an assist on a Leon Draisaitl goal. Barkov takes it for Florida. Up ahead, Sam Reinhart. Reinhart back up to Forsling. A shot off a body. Reinhart gets it, and it goes off his skate to the far side. Verhaeghe disrupted there by Leon Draisaitl, who's a goal away from a hat trick tonight. Scored both of his goals in the first period of this one. And here he is. Draisaitl to Podkolzin, a shot. Stopped by Bobrovsky as we approach the halfway point of this third period. Tied at 3, third period. 10:35 to go, game number 5. Boquist brings it back up for Florida. Looking for a drop-off. Lundell off a body in front, never got through. And here's Arvidsson back the other way. Drops it off for Draisaitl. A shot, gloved down by Bobrovsky. He was going for the hat trick with Leon Draisaitl. And just about at the halfway point of this third period. Face-off control by Edmonton, off the goalpost! Right off the draw, Edmonton nearly took the lead. Back behind the net, a battle for it. Comes to the near side, Florida gains control on their own end. And back out all the way through. This might be icing. It is not. They wave it off. Skinner feeds it around to Brown. And Florida's able to keep it in. Schmidt downstairs to Greer, all the way back through and down the length of the ice. Greer will start the break in here for Florida. Greer looking for a center, gets it into Strom, a shot denied by Skinner. Comes to the near side, battle for it along the near half wall. Wallman escapes for Edmonton and they'll get it out. Janmark takes a hit in neutral ice. Kulikov gains control for Florida. Now Greer with it, battle for it along the red line. Wallman escapes the pack, floats to the far side, controlled by Nugent Hopkins as it's intercepted at the blue line by Florida, and they get it out. Up ahead, Sturm taken away from Hyman from behind. Nugent Hopkins brings it in, looking for the center, disrupted by Kulikov, gets it in, and a one-time try denied by Bobrovsky. Goes to the far side. Kulikov gains control for Florida. Under 7.5 to go in the third, tied at 3. Nosek disrupted, turns it over. Nugent Hopkins turns it back over. Greer denied by Skinner. And he stops play with 7:02 to go in the third. Face-off controlled by Florida. Forsling whips, had a second try, and it goes off a body in front. Battle for it back behind the net. And Luosterainen escapes out in front, Bennett. Couldn't have a clean look until now. They score! Off the deflection, Bennett, his second goal of the game. And Florida jumps in front. It's 4-3. Second goal of the game for Sam Bennett. And Florida has scored 3 straight goals to jump in front 4-3. What a turn of events here at Rogers Place in Edmonton. .635 to go in the third, and the Panthers are back on top. Rodriguez drops it off for Bennett. Right back in, a shot. Denied by Skinner. 6:16 to go in the third. We've seen a lot of late game heroics in this series, so don't count Edmonton out at all. 6 minutes is a lot of time for something to happen, especially in this series. Edmonton wins the draw. Bouchard brings it up. Here's Perry. Perry pestered as he brings it in by Forsling. Good defense there by the Panthers. Rodriguez gains control here for Florida. Rodriguez brings it in. He's surrounded by Oilers. Looking for a center. Drops it off. It goes all the way out. Panthers will have to tag back up. Oilers change as Luosterainen feeds it to the near side. Oh, a big hit delivered on the near side by Ekholm. Ekblad downstairs denied. Reinhart has it behind the net. Out in front for Hagee denied. Still loose down low. Skinner trying to find it. And he does. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third. Look at that hit delivered on Bennett. Face-off controlled by Edmonton in their own end. Down by 1, the Oilers. They had a 3-1 lead erased. Draisaitl brings it in, drops it off, and shot denied by Bobrovsky. What a try there for Edmonton. Draisaitl to Arvidsson. And Bobrovsky says no. .438 to go in the third. Edmonton wins the draw. Ekholm a shot off the blocker of Bobrovsky. Goes to the far half wall, battle for it. With a lot of bodies over there. And Verhaeghe escapes the pack here for Florida. Here come the Panthers back the other way. Reinhart downstairs. Barkov goes wide. Skinner got a piece of it. On the goal line, battle for it in the slot. Arvidsson takes it away for Edmonton. And here comes Draisaitl, a goal away from a hat trick tonight. Podkolzin couldn't get a clean shot off. And Florida will bring it back out as we're nearing the 3.5-minute mark to go. Verhaeghe fires, gloved down by Skinner. 3:24 to go in the third. Edmonton running out of time. Faceoff goes out of the zone. Panthers will get there first. Schmidt takes a hit. And the turnover here for Edmonton. Here's Woolman up ahead. Woolman, he's got numbers. Woolman, one pass too many. Nugent Hopkins downstairs, denied by Bobrovsky. And he stops play with 2:53 to go. .253 to go in the third. 1-goal game. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. Nurse fires off a body in front, rebound in the slot. And it's going to control by Florida, and then they turn it over. Brown turns back. Brown drops it off, intercepted by Sturm. And Florida will get it out of the zone. Under 2.5 to go here in regulation. Nosek couldn't get a clean one off. He keeps possession alive. Downstairs to Sturm. Wraparound try back up top. Schmidt loses it. And they turn it over. Janmark Enrique. Numbers for Edmonton back the other way. Enrique to Janmark into the slot. Enrique denied by Bobrovsky with 1:46 to go. Beautiful look there from Edmonton trying to tie the game. And Bobrovsky has done a great job in the second half of this game. Minute 46 to go in game number 5. 1-goal Florida lead. Here we go. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. Hyman denied. The rebound is loose, and Bobrovsky somehow finds the puck. Nugent Hopkins was right there on the doorstep, and he stops play with 1:33 to go in the third. Pressure is on here from Edmonton. Face-off again controlled by the Oilers. And then a turnover as it floats back behind the net. Boquist gets there first for Florida. Just over a minute to go, and the Panthers will exit the zone. Looking to waste time and ice this game. Inside, intercepted by Hyman. He turns back for Edmonton. 1 minute to go. And Hyman nearly turned it over, but Edmonton keeps it alive. Hyman brings it up. McDavid has it float to the near side. Empty net here for the Oilers. As Skinner goes to the bench, a big hit on Nugent Hopkins. He's down, and he is hurt. Slow to get up. Luostarinen has it. Empty net for the Oilers. Lundell, a shot goes wide. Edmonton keeps it alive. 33 seconds to go. Panthers trying to waste some time. Hyman escapes the pack with it. Extra attacker in for the Oilers. They're down to 25 seconds to go. Podkolzin brings it in. Into the slot. Fires a shot. Goes wide. Comes to the near side with 20 seconds to go. Arvidsson. Draisaitl goes wide. What a stop by Bobrovsky. 15 seconds to go. And the Panthers escape the pack. Battle Florida on the boards with 10 seconds to go. Floats to the near side. Time winding out on the Oilers. A turnover. Arvidsson. Draisaitl. Score! A hat trick for Leon Draisaitl, and another last-second goal in this series. We're tied. Unbelievable. Five seconds to go. Another last-second goal in this series, and another one to force overtime. Unbelievable. A hat trick for Leon Draisaitl. What a game. What a series. And we are headed to overtime again. Unbelievable. The buzzer beater goal, tied at 4. This is unreal. We've got overtime here at Rogers Place, game number 5. This series just continues to one-up itself. A last-second goal for Edmonton, and now a penalty called, and the Oilers are going to go to a power play right away. Connor McDavid got knocked down, and they're going to call Barkov for interference. So each time in this series, a team has scored a last-second goal to tie the game. The other team that gave it up won it in overtime. Oilers trying to change that here at home. They've got a power play in their favor to start the overtime period. Faceoff controlled by the Oilers. Draisaitl on the doorstep denied. It goes back to the far side. McDavid downstairs trying to get it down low, and the Panthers can't get it out. Bouchard gets knocked down by Sturm, and it floats all the way down the length of the ice. Floats towards Skinner. McDavid gets there here for Edmonton. Draisaitl feeds it up to Bouchard, and he gets disrupted by Forsling. Battle for it along the near side. Oilers will bring it in. Leon Draisaitl fires a shot saved by Bobrovsky. And Ekblad gains control, and they'll exit the zone. 1 minute to go on the 4-on-3. Ekholm brings it into the near side. Arvidsson, now Nugent Hopkins, right in, score! Victor Arvidsson puts it in, and the Oilers win Game 5 in overtime! What a game! What a series! The Oilers have a 3-2 lead in the series going back to Florida. 1 win away. The Oilers with a chance to win the Stanley Cup final. Victor Arvidsson, his second goal of the game, wins it for Edmonton in overtime. Another great game. The series continues to be great as well. What a game from Edmonton. Back and forth we went. A last-second goal to tie it by Leon Draisaitl to get the hat trick. And then the game winner comes from Victor Arvidsson. His second goal of the game gives the Oilers a 3-2 series lead going back to sunrise. Oilers are 1 win away from a championship. And the Panthers are now win or go home.